Hello. We're doing something a little different today. Not something that we haven't done on the channel, something we've never done before. We are going to do a little metal detecting. We're at the bottom side of the hill, well, one of the hills that we hunt at. And I'm pretty sure I've seen over the years hunting here the remnants of an old homestead. Could be early 1900s, could be late 1800s. We are just outside of our state's first capital. So we are going to give it a little whirl. We might end up finding nothing but some trash, some shotgun shells, or something like that. But let's see if we can find anything. Well, I was a little froze over. It did actually get up about 32 degrees today. Should be coming up on our first location I wanted to check around. There it is. Old scrape. A lot of deer tracks in here. There it is. Old barn. And I wish would be the best way to get into it. Screwing up pretty bad in here. But I'm going to get the detector set up and ground balanced and give it a whirl. No offense. But down along this bottom edge, heading down through there, I've seen remnants of an old well. Some old galvanized tubs that are all rusted out. So we're going to kind of start here. And we're going to work our way north. See if we can't find anything. Like I said, we'll probably find some shotgun shells, things of that nature. Maybe some trash. But hopefully, got this spot. And just up above it, I'm pretty sure I've seen part of an old wall, or maybe even a foundation. I'll show you when we get up there. But if we find anything, I'll bring you back on. Well, as soon as we got ground balanced, we found our first signal. And it's an old leaf spring. At least that's what it looks like. It's tapered, broken off here. If I searched a little further that way, I'll probably find the other end. But that's our first find. I'll go ahead and haul it out of here, put it in my backpack. We didn't make it far because right there is the barn. But let's see if we can't find us another target. Well, we found our second solid signal over around this barn, which is about 5 foot away from the first hole we dug there. And yeah, we're thinking that might have been a horse barn or something. But you can see they've used old logs as a corner post and everything else on it. But our second signal, we found us our first horseshoe. So we'll get that bagged up and we'll keep on searching. We might not get anywhere but around this barn the way things are looking. But hey, we enjoying our first metal detecting trip?
Yes. Yeah.
Let's see what we can find next. Yeah, we kind of gave up around the barn. There's just so much metal coming off the roof and everything. There's an old jar. Looks like an old ball mason jar right there. It says ball on the side. There's a lot of neat stuff, but all of it's probably up to probably the mid-50s. There's an old cistern well that was right here next to the barn. An old tile pipe coming into it. But there's so many pieces of metal and stuff rusted sliding in off this roof. Made it hard to really search. Dirt's all caved into it. But we started heading down along the side here. I got Dakota over here digging up another little signal that I found. Thought I had my entrenching tool in the backpack, so all we got is our little plastic spade digging these signals up. But we'll see if he finds anything at all. Well, we broke the spade on this one. I went down, got the shovel, and started breaking the handle on that, trying to get underneath these tree roots. This signal ended up being some sort of tool. Screws in here, comes through over here. End of it's rusted off, but we're still finding stuff, so that's a plus. We're still close to the barn. I'm trying to venture and head this way, because somewhere along this bottom edge down through here, I seen an old well and some old tiles, and then that foundation's up that way. I want to go check it out. But we're going to venture around down here a little bit longer, and I might just go straight to the foundation. Boys being boys. Ain't that right? Ain't that right?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll be back. Hey, we're back. Well, we gave up toward the bottom of the hill. A lot of targets. Every couple feet it seemed like a target, but it was getting to be either a big flat piece of steel, like an old can of some sort that was all smashed up, nails, barbed wire, bolts. We was finding a little bit of miscellaneous, and everything I seen was probably mid 1900s. So there was another location probably about 100 yards up the hill that to me looked a lot older. I don't know if you can see these big flat rocks all moss covered. There is a whole foundation here. It's all collapsed down the hill. I don't know if you can see. I'll try to zoom. Yeah, now it's blurry. But yeah, it all goes down across, and it comes right back up. We're standing right in the middle of it. And so far, I found our first target. So we're going to get this dug up. We're not having the best luck with shovels today. Broke the spade and broke the shovel. So now we got a short shovel. We're going to get this dug up, and we'll see what we got. I'd like to at least find one coin before we leave, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, we've been all over the place with this other signal. Yeah, I'm not real positive. Like I said, this is our first time metal detecting. But we dug two different spots here. That one ended up like a phantom. It just disappeared. But we're digging a lot of almost like a tile type clay, but it's in chunks out of here, and it's enough to where, yeah, the shovel was completely orange from it, but it's given us a signal. We're pulling it all up out of there. So far, it's the only spot that I found anything in this like old foundation here. But the boys are getting cold. and it's clouded up. We got a little bit of snow coming in tonight. Otherwise, I'd be out prospecting tomorrow. Dakota over there whittling on a grapevine. But alright, we're going to fill this hole in and we're going to call it a day. Yeah, there's a big chunk of that. Like I said, it's almost like an old orange clay tile in a way. But it's real soft. Some of it is. It just crumbles. But it's giving a signal. It's a new one on me. They don't look like just iron stained dirt. But we've got a bunch of scrap iron and stuff. We get back to the truck. I'll lay everything out and show you what we found.
A horseshoe.
Yeah, they already seen that. Well, we made it back down to the truck. Here's some of what we dug up there today. Of course, our number one find, the lucky horseshoe. We had that piece of tool. And this thing here, this was some sort of clamp or something. Oops, dropped it. It's the only thing I could think of to lock something down. Found an old bolt, old nail, piece of fence. This, I think, might have been part of a old fence post, the way it's kind of designed, and we didn't get it all up. There was still more in the hole, but I kind of seen what it was. This is either an old vehicle leaf spring or an old wagon spring. We did find a little bit of trash, of course. Most people like Bud Light. This looks like an old pie pan or something. And this is just one big steel plate. It's hard to tell what that was off of. So we didn't do bad on the steel, and we started getting into some of the aluminum. Wasn't finding anything else up there. But I did find arrow that I actually lost 2 years ago. Shot a doe with it, ran off. I found the doe about 2 weeks after the fact during gun season, and coyotes, of course, had it stretched everywhere, but probably about 25-30 yards away from where I found all the fur, I found the arrow. So maybe we'll get out and do some more metal detecting. I'm still slowly trying to figure that old detector out. But everybody, thanks for watching. Till next time, thanks for watching Dire Gold Prospecting. Please hit that like, share, subscribe. Say bye.
Bye.